What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Rocware RC310 mini PTZ camera. This thing is actually really good for live streaming. It's a lot less in price than a lot of other competitors on the market as well. This is a mini PTZ camera, and PTZ stands for Pan Tilt Zoom. It features a 90-degree wide angle lens, some natural beauty functionality for live streaming, and so many more things. But anyway, let's get started with a quick unboxing of this product, and then I'm going to show you guys what it's like to use it with OBS. Now, the very nice people at Rocware did send me this camera as a sample to do a review on. They are not paying me. This is not a sponsored video. It is a simple review and test of the product where I will be as brutally honest as possible. However, after using this camera for quite a bit of time, messing around with it and trying it in a multitude of applications, I have found that this camera is actually great, and it stands as a healthy competitor to every other webcam on the market. One of the coolest things about this camera is that you can completely control it with a remote control. But anyways, guys, let's jump into this quick unboxing, and then we're going to put the camera to the test in a bunch of different lighting environments. All right, so I plugged the camera in. Everything seems to be working pretty smoothly. The remote is working beautifully. If you guys want to see how that works, look, I'm going to walk to the back of my room right now, and then I'm going to zoom in with the remote. As you can see right here, you're actually seeing video right now through the Rocware mini PTZ camera. So let's walk backwards, zoom in. As you can see, you can control the camera. I'm really close right now. We're going to back up a little bit. You can control the camera specifically with this remote or with the software on the PC, but I honestly prefer using this remote because it's pretty cool. You can kind of have it in your hand. Like, let's say, you know, you're walking around, you're doing a little presentation or you're talking or whatever, and you're like, oh, we're going over here, so come over this way. The camera can go like that. Boom, we can go left, we can go right, we can zoom in, we can zoom out. It's pretty cool. There's a bunch of different features on here. So let's take a look at the interface, right? So if we hit the menu button on the remote, which is right here, the three lines, we're going to hit that. You guys can see on the screen right here. This is the menu. We could mess with the exposure. I did a manual exposure on here to mess with it. If we put it back to auto mode, let's see. Auto. It looks okay. It's a little too bright with my lighting setup currently. So that's why I set up that manual exposure. It looks a little bit better. So let's get out of that. You can mess with the color settings in here. We can go back. There's the image settings we can mess with. Lots of things you can use here to dial in your image to make it look really nice. But I kind of wanted to show you guys what it looks like without messing with too much of this. And it looks really good, I must say. Really good right out of the box. So let's go down to the PTZ settings. This is where we can control the speed, the autofocus speed, all those things in here, but we won't mess with any of that. I kind of want you guys to just get a basic understanding of what this camera is like right out of the box, and then obviously you can dial it in and make it look even better. We have some noise reduction here that we can do. Let's see, we have setup under here. We have the language. We can change our language, our UVC setting. We can enable audio. The camera will pick up audio. And then obviously if you mess with the settings and you want to reset everything back to default, you can do that right here. So right now you're looking at what this camera looks like with my lights currently. I have two Elgato key lights, one right here coming at me from this angle, and then one kind of giving me a light shadow on my face from here. If I were to turn these lights off, let's see how it functions in super low light. Okay, so now no lights are on. It's pretty damn dark. So what we're going to do is go back into the exposure, and we're going to put it back on auto. And as you can see, it adjusted a little bit. It doesn't look too bad in super low light. I mean, there are no lights on me right now. The only lights in this room are my nano leaf lines and the LifeX beam light and the tiny LED strip behind my piece of furniture back there. So it's not bad in super low light either. So if you're gaming and you're streaming, it really doesn't look horrible. Let's say we were gonna make this a little bit smaller, right? Let's say we're streaming. Let's shrink this down. This is what it would look like in terms of size when it comes to a streaming camera. It looks pretty darn good, and let's turn the lights on and I bet you it'll look even better. So as you can see here, if I'm gaming right now, playing games, this is what it would look like. The color quality is fantastic. It looks really, really good, especially when it's shrunken down like this. And this is again with my lighting on. So I think it looks pretty good. For a mini PTZ camera that can pan, tilt, zoom, do whatever you need it to do, this is a pretty solid piece of hardware. I could see myself using this for specific things. I may actually decide to use this as an overhead camera, like maybe mount it up on my fan, and have like a full, since it's a wide angle lens, have like a full view of my entire setup while I'm streaming. Like if I go to my chatting screen, it kind of would be cool to have a camera top down where you can see the entire, you know, battle station as we're gaming. That's really cool. Like if I switch to my chatting screen and we're just talking and you want to see like what's going on around me, I may actually use it for that. That's really cool. But all in all, this camera is, to me, definitely a solid piece of hardware. So let's look at it side by side with my Canon. Let me add my Canon into this scene. Okay, so here's a side-by-side comparison of both of them. On the left here, we have my Canon EOS RP, which is my main camera that I use to record all my YouTube content. And then on the right here, we have the Rocware RC310 mini PTZ camera. And again, we're using the remote and we can control it like that. Point it at the camera, we can turn it, we can zoom it in. That's something I can't do on my Canon. If you look at the coloring, obviously the Canon's colors are a little deeper, but we're talking, you know, a $1,000 camera versus a $130 USB webcam. And if you compare them like that, I really do think the Rocware RC310 is not a bad camera, especially if you're looking for something that can pan, tilt, and zoom. You know, it has autofocus that seems to work pretty nicely. Let's see if we can get it to autofocus on my face. Let's see how fast it is. So as we're zooming in, it's already focusing. Let's keep going. Not too bad, even with the zoom, really high quality. So the zooming in and out's a little stuttery here and there, but that's pretty normal with a camera like this. But the fact that you could zoom in and it maintains the quality is really nice. It's a 3x optical zoom, so it's not really downscaling or making your video blurry by any means when you are zooming. So let's go over some of the features here. I'm on their website. So the RC310 1080p mini HD video PTZ camera has a 120 degrees vertical tilt angle, a 340 degrees horizontal pan angle, and like I said before, the 3x optical zoom. It's nice and small, kind of like a webcam, but it's definitely a lot bigger than most webcams. It's closer to the size of a DSLR or mirrorless camera. However, you do have your open thread on the bottom if you did want to mount it to a camera mount, like a tripod or some kind of desk clamp mount if you wanted to use it as your streaming camera. So you can do that as well. So all in all, if you guys have a budget of between $100 to $150, I honestly might suggest the Rocware RC310 mini PTZ camera if you're in the market for something where you need to zoom, pan, or tilt. It is a really neat feature. The quality that you're getting out of the camera is pretty good straight out of the box, and then you can dial it in to get an even better quality if that's what you need. And like I showed you guys before, if you shrink it down and you're using it for gaming and streaming and things like that, it really does blow a lot of the other webcams out of the water. So I just want to say thank you to Rocware for sending me this sample to give it a test and make a nice review on it. I said I would be completely honest, and I feel like I have been with you guys. This camera comes in at a $130 price point, which really isn't that bad. So to me, what you're getting for that money is pretty worth it when you compare it to other webcams for sure. So if you guys enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next time I post a video. And if you want to hang out with me live, I do stream on Twitch Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern time at twitch.tv/hammerdance. I'll drop a link to that in the description below this video. I'll also put a link to this camera on Rockware's website in case you guys want to pick one up and check it out for yourselves. But anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I want you to keep those hammers up, and I'll see you next time.